Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमां अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वंदे गुरु परंपरां। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। हरि ओम। वेलकम टू week 6 of Vision of Vedanta. Today's text, the new text, we did the sadhana panchakam the last 5 weeks, 5 verses of sadhana, and sadhana panchakam gives us beautiful ways by which we can conserve our energy to do sadhana towards self-realization, towards gaining the knowledge of the self and abiding in that knowledge with the grace of the Guru and the grace of Ishvara. This Tatwabodha, Tattva means essence, Bodha means knowledge. This is an introductory text on Vedanta, the terms of Vedanta by Sri Adi Sankaracharya. This is a very beautiful, very logical text written in prose. And if we go through this Tatwabodha, go through the concepts given in that, any text of Vedanta, we will be able to understand the terminology very easily. Whether it is about Sat, Chit, Ananda, or whether it is about Maya, Ishvara, Jagat, many of these terms that we keep using again and again, we will know to a great extent, we will be able to understand the right meaning of that word. Something like a dictionary of Vedantic terms. Karma, what is prarabdha karma, agami karma, sanchita karma, what happens to our karma on self-realization. Many of these thoughts are there. It's compiled into this beautiful text. And Tatwabodha of Sri Adi Sankaracharya, the commentary is available with our Chinmaya mission by Pujya Guruji, Swami Tejomayanandaji. And let us go into this beautiful text by Adi Sankaracharya for giving us a very beautiful bird's eye view of the terms and terminology of Vedanta. So basic understanding is, why should we study all this? Why should I know the truth? Why should I know the reality? So everybody wants happiness. And we want happiness not for a short while. We don't want happiness that just comes and goes, and happiness that turns into sadness. And then at some other time, suddenly we experience happiness. We want continuous happiness. We want the highest state of happiness, and we want to experience happiness at all times. There are two things we strive for in the world. We try to get happiness from the world, but we understand that anything that we try to work for and get it will last only as long as the power of that work lasts. If I put in efforts to do something and gain something, my the result of that action is going to be finite because the effort I have put in is finite. So, in the same way, there are two things of getting happiness. Apraptasya praptihi. When we gain something which has not been gained by us already. For example, a person who is working in an office wants to be promoted to a senior rank. At the moment, he is in a junior rank, and then he is striving for, which is apraptasya praptihi. Then you have praptasya praptihi. Praptasya prapti means, one moment, let me check the internet. Yes, Chinmaya, very good. Praptasya praptihi means when you are striving for apraptasya praptihi, when you are striving for something that you don't have, you put in a lot of effort, you get the thing, and then it lasts for a while, and then you have to again strive. Praptasya praptihi, there are certain things which we already have, and we have to strive for it. We don't actually have to strive for it. We just have to know that it is there, and then we've had it. So this knowledge of the self, knowledge of who am I, is not apraptasya praptihi. It is not something that is outside of me that I have to strive for and get. Something that I always have, that is always there with me, and I just have to know it is there. Just like the person, sometimes, they wear the glasses like this, and they go around the whole house searching for the glasses, calling people, did you see my glasses? I left it here, there. Then suddenly one little boy will come and tell you, you're having the glasses on your head and you're searching for it. You just have to know it is there in the head, and then you have found your glasses. In the same way, swakantha bharanam yatha. The woman is wearing a necklace, but out of fear, out of thinking that she has lost it, she is going on searching for the necklace all around the house and almost terrified that it is lost. Then one person laughs and tells, you're having the necklace on your neck, and what are you searching for? So in the same way, praptasya praptihi is our own self. We have it with us right now as I am speaking, as you are listening, the self is there. And so it is not something that is not available with us that we have to search and find out and get. So this Tatwabodha is now going to talk about what is that we already have with us that we right now don't know, and the means by which we know it, and how to abide in that, self, in that joy, in that bliss within us. So we begin with the invocation, which is the only verse in this Tatwabodha, and then the whole text begins. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tatwabodho Bhidhiyate. Vasudeva Indra Yogindram. Bhagavan Adi Sankaracharya begins this text with salutations. In those days, any text should have a Mangala Charanam. It should begin in an auspicious manner. Only then does the text become fit for consumption by the public. Like nowadays, anyway we want to write a book, we cannot write a book. Public will not buy it in those days. So they have to have certain lakshanas, certain things have to be present for people to take that book. The one thing is, it should begin with an auspicious message, an auspicious word. Vasudeva, The one who covers this whole universe with his presence is Vasudeva. Vasudeva Indra, the king among the yogis, Yogi Indram, the king among the yogis. It can be Bhagavan Vasudeva, or it can be Sri Adi Sankaracharya's guru who taught him the Vedas, Vasudeva Indra, and also Bhagavan Sri Vasudeva, Sri Krishna, Natva. I salute that God, the king of all yogis, Natva Jnanapradam Gurum. I salute my Guru, Sri Govinda Bhagavat Padacharya, who is the one who gave me knowledge, Jnanapradam Gurum. And for what reason am I talking this? Am I writing this? In those days again, no book is written for no reason. Just because I like to write a book, I'm writing. Just because it gives me money, I'm writing. No. For every book that is written, there has to be an reason for which it is written. And the reason for which this book is written is Mumukshunam Hita Arthaya, for the welfare of the Mumukshus. Who is a Mumukshu? The Mumukshu is a person who has an intense desire to be liberated. We are actually living in a virtual world. This virtual world of virtual reality is called samsara. And in this virtual reality, we are living, and sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are ecstatic, sometimes we are depressed, sometimes we get a lot of money, sometimes we go through a lot of privation in life, sometimes everything happens our way, sometimes nothing happens our way, or everything happens other than the way we thought. So this is called samsara. And in this samsara, it is a system that is designed to fail for us personally. We may have small wins, but Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna describes this samsara, this world in the Bhagavad Gita, as dukkha alayam ashashvatam. It is the temple for sorrow. And ashashvatam, it is not permanent. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So, the only way out of this sorrow, the only way, we do not want to experience sorrow because it is not our nature. If it is our nature, then we will be very happy to be sorrowful. No one is happy to be sorrowful. And so we want to come out of this experience of sorrow, even if it is intermittent, even if it is happening once in a while. For some people, it is more sorrow and less joy. Some people, it is more joy and some sorrow. That is why it is called samsara, because there is some sorrow all the time. Mumukshunam hita arthaya. So the only way out of this samsara is to exit samsara with joyfully, is to come out of the game. This video game we are going on playing all the time, and we think we want to win. We go on winning. Suddenly there is a loss. We can't bear that loss. And what is the way to always win? We cannot always win. We will be losing sometimes because the whole game is a cycle of winning and losing, highs and lows, joy and sorrow, praise and censure, cold and heat. Everything is coming in a cycle. So we cannot say that I want only one side of the cycle. I don't want the other side of the cycle. So the only way is to get out of the cycle. And that is what is the desire of a mumukshu. A mumukshu is one who wants freedom, who wants complete liberation, to be in the samsara, but to engage in the samsara with freedom. I can even quote an incident of how 2 times this has happened. I have played this game of snakes and ladders with some youngsters in Tiruchi. And these youngsters, they're all in the Yuvakendra class. They somehow, there was one girl in that group, she somehow knew the knack of playing, and she seemed to be winning, and almost coming to the end. And I have not even left the home. I have not even left the start position. I am also throwing the dice. I was just throwing the dice. I was not really bothered about winning. Then I thought, I'm taking this Yuvakendra class. Then I can't, they're all looking up to me to learn something. And how can I not even start the game? So I really prayed intensely to Bhagavan. I said, Bhagavan, please help me to win this game. And I threw the dice. I started, came out of the game. Number 5, every time you get 5 or 6, you get to play again. So I kept playing. The dice did not go to anybody else. I just started. It is a very rare game. It has never happened to me like this before. So the dice never went to others. I started playing. And the last I crossed all the snakes and ladders, everything, and I came to the home where if I put one, I'll be caught by a snake and come down. We know that snake which stands at 97, I think. So I was in 96. If I put one, I will be caught by the snake, and I have to play again. So I prayed, and I put 4, and I reached home. So everybody clapped for that, and I was wondering about this magic. The magic is in samsara. You can really win the game if you have Bhagavan by your side, was one example. And again, the same game until recently, some 4 or 5 months ago, I was playing with a little boy. That boy also was winning the game. Then I was wondering what to do. Why am I not winning? Then I realized that I am not placing any sankalpa to win. I am just happily playing with that person. So again, I prayed. Again, in 5 moves, I had completed the game. So what is mumukshutva is? Mumukshutva is okay, it is nice to simply have fun, go up the ladder, be taken down by the snake, going up and down and playing. But at some point of time, it is a game and you have to end the game. So you can't be going on playing all the time. And so sometimes you really want to exit the game. You can exit the game with a winning smile. You also exit the game when the game is over completely. So these people who mumukshus, they like that game over part of the video game. The last line that comes, game over. So they want to exit the game of samsara. And for those people, hita arthaya, I am giving this text called Tatwabodha. Tatwabodha abhidhiyate. This text called Tatwabodha is knowledge of the tattva, knowledge of the essence. Tattva means thatness. The tattva of soil is smell. Thatness of soil is smell. Thatness of water, tattva of water is taste. The tattva of fire is heat. The tattva of air is feeling, experience. The tattva of space is sound. What is the tattva of the human being? Not the body. The tattva of the body is skin, blood, bone, marrow, fat, and all that is the tattva of the body. But the tattva of I, the self, what it is, that is being explained in Tatwabodha. And the tattva of this universe, what is tattva of I, what all is not I, all this is explained in Tatwabodha. Tatwabodha abhidhiyate. It is called Tatwabodha. To now, whenever we want to study some subject, we should pick up the right book for that subject. If I want to study about world geography, I will not go and pick up a book which talks about the geography of Tamarbarani River Basin. I need a book written on world geography. If I want to study advanced mathematics, I am not going to pick up a book from the shop of how to count numbers 1, 2, 3 and all that. So in the same way, if I want to study about Tatwabodha, if I want to study about what is the nature of my own self, I am not going to pick up Ramayana, or I am not going to pick up Mahabharata, or I am not going to pick up quantum mechanics or quantum physics. I have to pick up this book called Tatwabodha, which is written for this purpose by Sri Adi Sankaracharya. And then, now the book is there in hand. The teacher is also explained. I have Guru Kripa, the blessings of the Guru. That is how I get to meet the book and the master who wrote the book. And then I have the blessings of Ishvara. Ishvara Kripa is there. Ishvara Kripa means blessings of Bhagavan, which means there is abundant life and abundant energy, and there is that much of karma experience is less, so that I have the freedom of mind to focus on studying about all this. So Adi Shankaracharya in Viveka Chudamani says, even to hear the word Vedanta, I should have done so many lifetimes of punya karma. I have to do so many lifetimes of punya karma. So, to understand this text called Tat, for example, when we go to school, when we need to go to an engineering college or a medical college, we have to pass the entrance exam, and we have to gain certain marks in our final 12th standard, and then only we will be able to get admission into that medical college or engineering college. In the same way, if I want to know myself, we do not know this, but it is good that we know. If I want to know myself, who I am, then I have to have certain qualities by which I have the adhikaritvam, or the capability to understand who I am. And the capability is being given to us by Bhagavan. We are not fully capable as we study this, but we are studying this as we study with the grace of Guru, with the grace of Bhagavan. We are given the opportunity to increase our capability to study this Tatwabodha, the knowledge of the self. So now we come to the next verse. Sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikarinam moksha sadhana bhutam tattva viveka prakaram vakshyamaha. So now, if I need to be qualified for gaining this knowledge of the self, Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankaracharya gives us 4 steps. It is called Sadhana Chatushtaya. There are 4 means. If I want to reach some higher space, I need to climb steps. So in the same way, if I want to reach that space of Tattva, I have to climb these 4 steps. What are these 4 steps? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna. I should have these 4 qualities, and then I become an adhikari. Adhikari means I become a fit student for the knowledge of the self. Moksha sadhana bhutam. Knowledge of the self. Why should I have the knowledge of the self? If I want moksha, if I want freedom, if I want to exit the game of samsara, if I want to see that last line, game over, and have nothing to do with those games anymore in life, then I should have this knowledge of the self. Tatva Viveka Prakaram. I will talk. Adi Shankaracharya ji says, not I will talk, we will talk. When he says we, who is that we? He is not talking something of his own accord. He is not talking something that comes out of his own mind, but it is that which has been spoken by the Guru Parampara that has come before him. Tatva Viveka. Tatva means the reality, the essence. Viveka means how to distinguish the essence from everything else. Prakaram, the means by which we can attain to this Tatva Viveka. Vakshyamaha. We will now talk about this. Adi Shankaracharya says. Okay? And then the next one is, he talks about, this is a very logical text. Everything is logically progressing. Sadhana chatushtayam kim nitya anitya vastu vivekaha iha amutra phala bhoga viragaha shamadi shatka sampattihi mumukshutvam cheti. 4 steps are being given. Sadhana chatushtayam kim? What is sadhana chatushtayam? Nitya, anitya, vastu, vivekaha. Nitya vastu, anitya vastu. Nitya vastu, the explanation for what is this will be given in the subsequent lines. Viveka means to know the difference between one and the other. This is a mobile phone. This is a jug. This is a handkerchief. And this is a book. So distinguishing between 2 objects is called Viveka. Here the distinction is between Nitya Vastu and Anitya Vastu. Nitya Vastu means eternal object and that which is temporary. Nitya Vastu, Anitya Vastu, Vivekaha. What is Viraga or Vairagya? Iha, Amutra, Artha, Phala, Bhoga, Viragaha. We are having experiences of objects in this world and of subtle experiences in the other world. When we leave the body and we go to a different place, we may call it hell, heaven, or Gandharva Loka, or Siddha Loka, any other world we may go to after dropping the body, we will have experiences. And the experiences are basically, we crave for joyful experiences. If I have a chocolate once, I crave for eating chocolate another time. Ika, amutra, artha, phala, bhoga, viragaha. Viraga means vairagya, getting a detachment from my craving for experiences in this world and in the other world when I leave the body. And then there is a third attribute or third quality that a sadhaka needs to cultivate. Shama adi shatka sampattihi. Shama adi means shama, etc. Shatka sampattihi, 6 qualities. And then the 4th quality is mumukshutvam. So these are going to be explained in the subsequent verses, subsequent lines. So what is Viveka? Here it says, it is not mentioned only Viveka. It says Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. In the next line, Sri Adi Sankaracharya asks, Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha Kaha. What is Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka? What is this knowledge of differentiation between what is permanent and what is impermanent? And so he asks the question and he gives the answer. It's in a question answer format, like a discussion between a guru and a shishya. Nitya vastu ekam brahma tad vyatiriktam sarvam anityam ayam eva nitya anitya vastu vivekaha. What is Nitya Vastu? Nitya Vastu, the eternal object, the permanent thing is Ekam Brahma. There is only one thing in this world which is permanent. Everything else is impermanent. Permanent means it existed before, it exists now, and it will exist in the future also. Impermanent means it did not exist before, it exists now, it may exist tomorrow, it will again go away. Or it will come only tomorrow, it will not come today. Or it came yesterday and it is not there today. It is not there in all periods of time. Anitya. Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. That Brahman, the Supreme, is Nitya, Tad Vyatiriktam. Other than that, Vyatiriktam means other than that Brahman, Sarvam Anityam. Everything else is Anitya, means nothing else is permanent. Everything is impermanent. I am Eva Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. This alone is Nitya Anitya, permanent and impermanent. Vastu, object. Object means not something that we can see really. Vastu means it is something that they are discussing about. The thing that is permanent and the thing that is impermanent. Vastu Vivekaha. The next quality of the sadhana chatushtaya is viraga or vairagya. Viragaha kaha iha swarga bhogeshu icharahityam. Viragaha kaha. What is viraga? Vigata raga. Raga means attachment to something. Viraga means being free from attachment to something. What is it? Iha swarga. In this world also, I am free of attachment towards an object, towards my mobile phone, towards my car, towards my money, towards my house, towards my family, meaning not abdicating responsibilities, not giving up my duty, but over possessive attachment to something in this world. Iha Swarga Bhoga. In the heaven also, we always do many things in this world so that we will get a very nice place in the heaven. We will get to experience very beautiful things in heaven. So being free of that attachment also. Icha Rahityam. Icha means desire to experience the pleasures in this world and the pleasures in the other world is called Viraga or Vairagya. There is this Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi or 6 wells. We will skip that for now and then we will complete the 4th one of this, which is called Mumukshutva. And then in the next week's episode, we will see the 6 qualities because there are 6 qualities and we can see that separately in the next episode. Mumukshutvam kim moksho me bhuyat iti ichha. What is mumukshutvam? Mumukshu means may I be free. Bubukshu means one who has hunger. Jignasu means one who wants to know. Mumukshu means one who wants freedom, one who wants moksha. This person who is a mumukshu, moksho me bhuyat, may freedom be mine. A person who thinks that way, a person who desires that is called a mumukshu. Iti ichha. Moksho me bhuyat iti ichha. May freedom be mine. That desire, the person who has that desire is called a mumukshu. So with this we come to the end of this episode, this of this talk on Tatwabodha. We will continue with it next Sunday. This talk should have happened on Sunday, but tomorrow at Chinmaya Surya, we have the Samashti Mahagayatri Yajna. All those people in Puducherry who are listening to this now, I invite you to participate in this very beautiful, very silent, very meditative, and very auspicious event that is happening for the 12th year in succession, not in succession exactly. 2 years went by during the COVID time when we did not have it. We continued to have it last year, and this is the 12th year that we are having this Yajna. We invite you to participate in this beautiful program, which is happening tomorrow at Chinmaya Surya, Krishna Nagar, 108 17 Cross, Puducherry, 108. Om Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu, Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हर नमः पार्वती पतये. हर हर महादेव. हरि ओम.